So we interrupt our regular schedule of programming today to bring you something a little bit more different, guys. So normally when I make videos, to be honest, I'm normally in a decent mood. I'm normally feeling a little bit up, not down. Okay. And I speak about alchemy in my videos, which is turning low emotions into gold. And I've got to say that there has to be something said about making a video when you're not in the best of moods. And I decided today that I was going to do just that. And I was going to make a video at the moment that I almost like least want to make a video, or like moment that I'm feeling not great. Because the truth is, for some weird reason, I actually want to make a video. And I think the thing that I wanted to make clear whilst I was making this video is that many people think that you need to be in a good mood to create something, or that you need to be in a certain state to create something. Maybe for me, I've certainly been more attached to creating things when I'm in a positive state, or what I would refer to as a positive state. That seems to be where I'm most creative. But when you look at a lot of artists out there, especially musicians, a lot of musicians believe the exact opposite. They believe they have to be in a state of ruin or depression or anxiety, all these things, to be able to create works of art. And I guess the art of alchemy really is getting rid of all those superstitions you have around doing the things that you want to do, being dependent on the way that you feel at the time. Because, I want to create a video today. I'm not going to in fact, it's giving me the gold in order to create this video, this bad mood that I'm in. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of context, today I found out that I might have lost a significant amount of hearing, high frequency ranges in my right ear after a little bit of a pressure injury that I had when I dived into the dam, Toroshanka Dam, in Zimbabwe. And and apparently it was a freak accident. Like, I didn't even dive down that deep. Just a freak accident. Pressure didn't equalize properly in my ears. And now I may potentially be losing some of my hearing. So I'm not in a good mood. As well, I'm also encountering some relationship turbulence, you could call it, where we are really deciding where we want to go as a couple, if we're going to stay together, because when we're looking at the long term, it seems that maybe our life paths are not completely aligning. Which sucks even more than usual, because normally there's something wrong, but when it's a long-term vision that's not really syncing up, there's not so much that you can do about that. It's something that normally we have to accept, right? And I mean, things can change, but as of now, it doesn't seem that way. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about just being authentic to yourself whenever you're creating something, I guess if you're feeling down in the dumps and you're trying to create something happy, that isn't really reflective of where you are. In fact, you're going to probably have to force a lot in order to get that to happen, right? Because you have to completely change the state that you're in. And I'm not saying that acceptance can't change the state that you're in and get you to a more positive viewpoint, because that's what I'm not really positive in the excited sense. I'm positive in the fact that I'm exactly where I need to be sense. And that is why I'm creating this video. Because at the end of the day, I'm not forcing the creation of this video. I'm not trying to make it something that it's not. I'm not trying to make myself feel better than I'm currently feeling. As you can see, I am lounging in the tub right now. Just felt like I needed to get some rest and relaxation after this long day of getting bad news. And I think the perfect thing to talk about this is, this is, I believe, why willpower in the long term does not work as a agent of behavior change, because willpower is really only supposed to be used to correct course. Willpower is only supposed to be used to get you to start something. It's not meant to be what's relied upon, because when you're using willpower, what you are doing is you're using force. And the force is just supposed to be like a course correction. It's never supposed to be what you use. Because then what you're doing essentially is you're stifling your energy, you're trying to mold it into a shape that it doesn't want to be in, and you're going to blow a gasket. This, I believe, is what burnout is about. I'm sitting here in the bath right now, I'm making this video, and I'm spending absolutely no energy on creating this video because I'm not trying to be forceful with my speech. I'm not trying to make myself more excitable. I'm not trying to make myself like, ooh, influencer dude. No, I'm just being me at the moment. A little bit down in the dumps, a little bit depressed, a little bit despondent and apathetic towards the world for cursing me with this potential hearing loss. So for me, this isn't wasting any of my energy. I'm not forcing this creation. This creation is just emerging naturally, organically. And so I think this is a really perfect demonstration of the sort of way that you should be looking at doing anything. I've been really exploring what is the most efficient way of creating content and artwork and music and getting myself to practice and getting myself to do things. And this is me kind of going at it a completely different way and just sort of just letting go of what the piece of content has to be and just letting the content emerge naturally. And yeah, this is a way that you can really accomplish anything because it ends up being a lot more relaxed. You don't have to change so much. You don't have to apply so much willpower. It just flows naturally, because if I am someone who creates content, then I am someone who creates content, right? I don't need to believe in the way that I'm feeling to create content. I should just be able to produce content no matter what state I'm in, no matter how I'm feeling. Authentic to myself in that moment. Not trying to bulldoze myself in the way that I'm feeling and make myself something inauthentic at that time. Make myself something that I'm not. Make myself excited when I'm the exact opposite of excited. Make myself an authority when at the time I genuinely don't feel like any form of authority. Make myself perfect when I feel more imperfect now than I have felt in a very long time. I wouldn't say than I've ever felt. This man used to do drugs, guys. So, life is a lot better than what it used to be, And it also is something you can take into quitting any substance. If you're trying too hard to let go of something, that means that you're not the person that would let go of it. The person that lets go of it is very relaxed about letting go of something. There's no forcing in letting go. Holding on to something is harder than letting go. So if you're forcing letting go, if you're forcing feeling things, if you're forcing doing anything, just know that it's a very unsustainable pattern that you have acquired. and it needs to be shifted. You need to shift into a more relaxed and open state and really just acknowledge where you are at the time. And by that acknowledgement, acknowledgement is where your ability to act regardless of whatever state you're in emerges. And honestly, you can create truly beautiful things from that state. I really feel truly beautiful at this moment as I'm talking about this. Yeah. It is a wonderful day, guys, despite the fact that I'm not in the best of moods and I'm feeling kind of low energy. It is an amazing day to have learned so many amazing things. And that's what really keeps me going in this life. Failure is just a figment of your imagination, guys. It's just the way that you frame it. Are you going to see it as, woe is me, my life is over, what I want to accomplish has not come to fruition? Or you're just going to see it as maybe, oh, it's not the time for that to come to fruition. Maybe it's the time for me to learn something today. And then maybe after that, that's when it's time for it to actually come to fruition. Think about that, guys. If you're watching this video, I do send out my love to all of you. And here's to hopefully making more authentic content, guys. I'm tired of putting on the act. I'm tired of being somebody that I'm not. I'd rather just be who I am. I'm not perfect at this. I'm not perfect at being imperfect yet. Okay. I am still very much in the practice of this. So if you see any other inauthentic videos pop up after this, then sorry, not sorry, because I'm a human being and we all make mistakes.